consumer demand. Bottom line, stick to your budget. But overall, I would say a good sign pointing to a healthy economy. And the market continues to react positively. We've started modestly higher today on the S&P and the Dow Jones on the heels of that interest rate cut, on the fact that the core inflation held at 2.9% in August, as expected, according to the Federal Reserve. We'll get Jerry Boyer's take on all of this in our final segment today as he weighs in on the economy and the markets. Walker Wildman will also be here to update us on AFA's work in corporate. Some really exciting things going on. But until that time, the program is yours. We want to take your phone calls today. So whatever's on your mind, go ahead and give us a call. Again, that number, 800-525-7000. Let's dive in. New York is where we're going to begin. Mariette, go right ahead.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have questions regarding budgeting. I'm on a fixed income. I'm elderly and I'm single. And as you said, I run out of money before month.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would like to be able to afford my bills, including car payment and insurance and rent, as well as put something away and also tithe.
Yes. Well, I certainly understand that. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I just don't know where to begin. So.
It's challenging, so I certainly understand that, and I want to give you some thoughts, and then I want to give you a practical next step that would allow us to help you move in the right direction. The thoughts are this, it really begins with when we talk about budgeting on a fixed income, what I'll call a zero-based budget, where every dollar of income gets assigned to a job or a purpose. And we've got to start with the essential categories: housing, utilities, food, transportation, and healthcare. I mean, those are the essentials. And then the non-essentials, subscriptions, eating out, extras, those come last, and we cut back where needed. So we've got to begin with that zero-based budget, and that involves then the second step, which is to track expenses. Write down everything, and this might be a little notebook that you carry with you, where literally, no matter how small it is, it gets jotted down in that notebook, and you're going to look for any small, what I'll call leaks, and meaning money that's kind of slipping through the cracks. On things that can easily be eliminated, and that might start with impulse spending. Now, you might say, Rob, that's not a problem. I don't have any of that going on. That's fine, but let's just make sure we're capturing everything. And then even on a limited income, we want to start building even the tiniest of emergency funds. It's that sinking fund I started by talking about earlier in the program, those unexpected expenses that always seem to time. We've got to get started there. That might be $20 at a time that you're putting into a separate account, a savings account, so that you could start to build that up with a goal of, let's say, $500 or $1,000, and that's going to break the cycle of any debt that you're going to have to incur when those unexpecteds come. Now, if you have any car loans or credit cards, then we want to obviously stay current on those. We want to try to avoid new debt. We may want to consider credit counseling. If you have credit card debt, that's going to, our friends at Christian Credit Counselors can help you get those interest rates down and get one level monthly payment, but where more of the payment every month is going toward principal instead of interest. And then we want to look at, finally, I think, long-term adjustments. So, are there senior discounts? Is there any community aid programs with, that could help with utilities or food programs? Do we need to, look for downsizing housing or transportation to free up big chunks of cash? I mean, those would be the steps I would follow. And before I offer, some very practical assistance on where we go from here, give me your thoughts on all that.
Well, I have been tracking. I started with tracking my spending by saving receipts.
Yes.
And noticing where my money is going. Like you said, there are emergencies that come up. This month I had to put out $800 unexpectedly
Yeah.
for a pet, and it killed me.
Yeah. I
You know, but it was either let her die or put out the money.
get it. Yes.
But just a little bit of history. I just went through a bankruptcy a year ago. I was taken advantage by a family member, and
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and had to file for bankruptcy. But I'm already back in debt.
Yes, I understand. All right, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a certified Christian financial counselor connected with you to help, and we're going to pay for it. So you stay on the line. I'll give you all the details during the break. This is Faith and Finance. We'll be right back.
This weekend on the Stand Radio, Fred Bryant Child Evangelism Fellowship will tell how the gospel is being shared and received by children around the world.
We shared the gospel with over 31 million children last year alone. And that's really the scope of the ministries. It's amazing what God has done and how he continues to bless this work.
The Stand Radio, Saturdays at 4 and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central.